name is Swarna Naidu. I'm based in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Fitness-wise, I actually just started as somebody who was passionate about fitness before I actually started instructing in it. And I've just been doing a lot of classes. I like the whole fun element to fitness. So I'm that in terms of the boutique classes that I teach. So I do spin, boxing, Versa climber classes, and I've also designed one of my own programs, which incorporates my experience in ballet. So that is called Ballet Course. So I teach that as well. Yeah. Oh yeah. So I moved to the city when I was about 17, and I lived just down the road from this gym that I teach at now, and this was a couple years ago, maybe, yeah, a couple years ago. And I was going through a really rough patch at the time, and there was one class, there was one particular instructor, her name was Jess. I would always go for her classes, and there was one class when I finished, I just ended up crying the like most happy tears. And I don't know what it was, but I knew that it was something else. It wasn't just physical. If you did it right, you had the capacity to make it so much more impactful than just something you do for your, like, physically, just to lose weight or whatever. It's so much more than that. So that was definitely the moment that inspired me to take on this path. And also, I was not in the healthiest state when I started, and seeing me just bodily also become so much fitter and so much healthier was obviously inspiring, and I knew that I wanted to do that for other people as well. I love the community because people who are into fitness, you obviously have a season, something you can get on over. Yeah, so that's definitely something, and everybody helps lift each other up. It's not competitive unless it's competitive. You know what I mean? Otherwise, when people are training on their own, everybody's encouraging people, and it's such a nice and energy. So that's definitely what I like. I also like, in terms of that, just your self-discipline, your intrinsic values grow as a person once you start doing fitness properly, because you see a different side to yourself. So that's really awesome as well. And just understanding your capabilities and what you can do, it's awesome. And also, finally, I think it would just be seeing the growth of it over the years and how it's kind of evolved. Before it was a lot of the classic gym type scenes. Now is seeing growth of so many different boutique studios doing different things, trying and making it fun. We've got different kind of exercises that you can do. So that's really fun as well, just seeing how it's evolved. Yeah. I think struggles in terms of, I can only speak from experience in teaching group classes. It's quite tough. As you know, everybody's body is different. And especially when it comes to doing hip moves, there is no cookie cutter program. You can't make everybody do a squat the same way. So that definitely is a huge challenge in terms of making it efficient for them, effective, and also making sure that their safety is topmost priority. You don't want anybody getting hurt. So that's definitely a constant thing that you just need to work on. I try my best to always keep an eye out on everybody's form as throughout my classes, whenever I do anything, to constantly correct them as we go along. And then the regulars that keep coming back, like, you can just see them get better and better and better. And that goes to show, yeah, that it's working. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's definitely not been easy for everybody. I think these past couple of months, I know a lot of people have kind of shifted to online and trying to design programs online as well, which I did try to do for a while. But as I mentioned earlier, it's quite tough to, the fact that it's already tough enough to watch people when they're physically there and monitor their form. It's going to be 10 times tougher doing it when they're not even there. So I can't see anybody clearly. It was difficult. So I tried that out for a while, but I really didn't want to do too much of it because I felt like maybe it's not the safest thing at this point. But I did have a lot of one-on-one consultations instead of teaching group classes at the time, where it was much easier to be able to monitor somebody's form and also give them a proper training plan for the months that we wouldn't be in the gym. In terms of how it shaped me as an instructor, I do think that it reinforced my love for fitness. You know, it doesn't mean that because you don't have the gym and because you don't have the equipment, it doesn't mean that you can't do what you love and still lead a healthy lifestyle. So that was really good. I also started looking at the other elements to fitness apart from just the exercise. Obviously, you want to be watching your diet and all that sort of stuff, but you know, just paying that element more importance was kind of cool as well. I mean, most obviously, I think all of the measures that have been implemented with social distancing and all of our hygiene practices and cleanliness is obviously going to just change the way that we work in gyms. So that's obviously becoming the new normal, you know, which we've all had to adapt to. But I think in terms of the way that classes are conducted, obviously the offerings of online programs have gained a lot of popularity. So you don't even need to physically there with people. I think even though this was available before, people just weren't comfortable with using it. And now that we've been sort of forced to use it, we see that, okay, it's not so bad. Maybe people are gonna, you know, take on to this a little bit more. But in terms of classes and stuff, I think slowly everything is coming, is you know, getting back to normal. And there's just something about being at the gym, you know, when you're actually there, nothing beats that feeling and the energy that you get when you're in there. So yeah, in terms of that, I think that with some time it'll be okay. Yeah. Actually, we've got a growing here in Malaysia, especially in KL in the city. It's definitely been gaining a lot of popularity. It's definitely becoming more of a lifestyle as it is just, you know, you can feel the difference when you're just doing it as an exercise that you do every now and then whenever you remember to do it, or when it actually is integrated into part of your lifestyle. Here it is definitely changing for the better. More people are becoming physically aware and choosing to make healthier life choices, which is great. So in terms of the fitness scene, I think mentality here is that we want to just be done as quick as possible. It needs to be fun, it needs to be entertaining, and it needs to be in and out. I don't think a lot of people really like spending too much time in the gym. So we've got a lot of these boutique classes, which is just 45 minutes or half an hour, you're in and you're out, and they're effective. So that's definitely been trending lately. In terms of mentality, the whole thing with the form, as I mentioned earlier, I think a lot of people are still finding it difficult to understand the importance of doing things correctly. So that's been a bit difficult, but otherwise it's all right. Yeah. I think the greatest advice is to really commit to what you do and be passionate about what you do, because if there's no love in what you do, you're just not going to be good at it. There's no other easy way to say it. You know, if you love what you do, that's when people are really going to gain the most out of it, because that's when you're invested in your customers and in your clients, and the relationship that you form with them is just, it's so rewarding, because knowing, you know, I see my clients every day, and just knowing where they were a couple months ago to where they are now, and to know the feeling that like you had something to do with that, I mean, nothing beats it. It's amazing. Yeah. Ooh. I think it would have to be I've heard this one. I think it have to be Change the Way You Kiss Me by Example. It just gets me going. It's a classic. I bake a lot. So any cake is just, yes. This one's tough because I have quite a few. I really like Jillian Michaels. She's great. She I know she's, I found her first on Vegas Loser, and then from then on, after just following her journey, it's been so inspiring, and just how who she is as a character is so strong. So for women out there, it's very empowering. Yeah. My motto, definitely, definitely have to be something along the lines of progress over perfection. It's not about getting things right, or trying to compete with the person next to you. It's just about you and your goals and trying to be better every day.